The Ready for a Relationship podcast helps people just like you who find themselves single and alone in their later years get unstuck and break the pattern to move forward and build the loving relationship you expected to have at this point in your life. Discover how to build your relationship with confidence in a fun, easy, loving way so that you are the right person for your right person. And if you enjoy the show and want to share some love, subscribe, rate, review, leave a comment. It all really helps. Here's Suzanne, the host of your show.
Hello, everyone. Suzanne here. Welcome to another easy, fun, lovin' podcast. Today, it's just me for your coffee chat. And I want to help you. I want to help you because maybe you're in a situation, you're divorced, maybe you're in process of getting ready to date again. Maybe you're actively looking for a relationship, but you're having trouble. You're having trouble making everything work. And today, we're going to do a little mindset mastery. I want to help you over this hurdle and let you know that even though you may feel alone, meaning single, you're never alone. There's always a whole tribe, a whole support group. There are people that care about you. So let's have a chat this morning about something I call a thought wheel. Now, this comes from my time studying with Bob Proctor. I was very fortunate to be mentored for many years by Bob Proctor. And this is something that we used to cover, and this is something that you can use in any area of your life. However, let's make this specific to looking for a relationship. So I want you to grab a sheet of paper, and I want you to grab your very favorite pen. And I want you to do a little diagram, a very easy circle for me. It's going to be just like a clock. And do a big circle. And at the 12 o'clock, I want you to put thought or belief. Those are the words I want you to put at 12 o'clock. Thought or belief. Now, at the 3 o'clock point, I want you to put the words feeling or emotion. Feeling or emotion. At the 6 o'clock spot, that's the word action. And it's action taken or action not taken. And at the 9 o'clock spot, we'll put the word result. And what's going to happen is the result is going to feed back into your belief or your initial thought. So let's take a nosedive into what are we creating in our lives? Because believe it or not, it starts with our thought. And what I really want to encourage all of you to think about, and I have to do this daily too, understand the things I coach on, I have to practice myself. I try to always practice what I talk about. So let's have a look at your initial thoughts and how it may be creating the result that you continue to get. So we're going to look at both ways here, okay? Because I talk with a lot of people, men and women, every single day. And dealing with finding a relationship, finding a new person is hard. What are some of the negative thoughts and beliefs we can have? We're going to go through these one at a time, okay? We'll say, it's hard. There's no one out there for me. I can't find the right one. I'm not attractive enough or smart enough or witty enough or slim enough or heavy enough or whatever the case is, right? It's I have a block that I'm not good enough. How about I'll be rejected? I'll be rejected once again. Or a belief that they're not going to treat you well, that you're going to get the same thing as you got before. Okay? Any of you felt that way? Any of you felt any of those thoughts? Okay, let's examine this a little bit more because I believe this is on the road to helping you. So let's look at this is hard. It's hard to find someone else. It's hard to find someone that I can relate to that would be a great relationship match for me. It's hard. Okay, that's the thought. That's the 12 o'clock thought. Now, let's go to the 3 o'clock. What are the thoughts or what are the emotions or the feelings that go along with it's hard? Well, since it's only myself here, I'm going to give you some ideas. It's hard gives me the feeling of almost what's the use? Um, why bother? This is depressing. This is not any fun. Those are my thoughts. So, what action will I take or will I not take? Let's say you decide to go on a dating site, or you decide to go on a date, or you decide to go out to a social gathering and actually try and meet someone. But you've got that feeling that this is going to be really hard. So you're like maybe there at a social gathering against your will, what you'd call your better judgment, and you're thinking, and not going to really find anyone anyway. In fact, maybe you don't even go to the event, right? That would be a non-action. That's it. Nobody's going to be there. I'm not even going to go. What's the use? Non-action. Not going to get you to your relationship, is it? Not really serving you. What if you do go, you go on the date or you go to the event and it's half-hearted because you're thinking, what's the use anyway? And there might be somebody really nice there, and you just go, hi, brush them off because your expectation is you won't find someone. The result, sorry, you're still alone. The result is nothing happened. You didn't meet anyone. The result is the date didn't go well. And guess what? Our mind always wants to say, I told you so. So, what do you think happens if you move around this circle? See, I told you so. This is hard. There's no one out there. This isn't for me. See, I told you so. And your mind is really excited because, see, I was right. But that didn't really do anything for how you feel, did it? Okay, so let's do a positive thought reference, right? Okay, so the thought or emotion is now going to be, maybe it's not as hard as maybe it won't be as hard as I think previously it would be, right? You can't always go from negative to positive and far left to far right without any steps to climb. Okay, so we're going to take this gradually and we're going to build it up. So maybe it's possible I could find someone, let's say at this event. Okay, it's possible I could find someone at this event. Well, what's the emotion or the feeling that you get? It's hope, right? Some kind of hope, some kind of expectancy that, yeah, maybe I will meet the right person. What's the action that you take? Well, you definitely go, right? You wouldn't not go because there's a possibility you could meet someone. So you go, you maybe get dressed up just a little bit nicer, you put on a smile, and you go with an expectation that even if it's not the magical person, you're going to meet some really nice people there. And who knows, maybe that will lead to a coffee date or a going out to somewhere or another event, right? So the action that you take, you're already there because you're feeling good, because you think maybe it's a possibility that you'll find someone, right? And then the result is, at the very least, you probably had a good time. And at the very best, you did meet someone or a couple people that you thought, oh, we're going to get together again at another event or at a later time or something that happens. And then that plays right in to your initial thought that we created. The thought is, see, it may be easier than I previously thought. See, maybe I could find someone. Yes, I'm right. Every time you do that, the thought gets stronger. The proof gets stronger. Initially, look for other people. Look for examples if you need to. right? To help you create your belief, to help you gently shift from never going to happen, negative, to it could potentially happen, right? Okay, so let's look at another example. Um, a lot of times we deal with, I'm not good enough. I'm, and it's different for all of us and at different times, right? I'm not attractive enough. I'm not smart enough. I'm not witty enough. I'm not good enough. By the way, here, I do want to recommend someone special as well. I'd like you to look up on YouTube a lady named Marissa Peer. Peer is Peer. And she does a lot of, she's a hypnotherapist, and I don't know her personally, but I've followed a lot of her work and it's amazing. She deals a lot with the feeling of not good enough. So she's definitely going to help you put the right thoughts in this circle. Okay. So let's try it. If we go with, I'm not feeling good enough, how does that make us feel? Mm, I don't know about you, but my feeling there is like yuck. It's not good at all, right? It's like, not good enough. Why do I even bother? I'm just going to be rejected, right? They're just going to see through me. They're just going to find out I'm not good enough. Why do I even bother? Okay, again, you don't go to the event, you don't go to the date, you're not trying. That could be the action that ends up happening. It's considered a non-action, right? Okay, let's say you actually half-heartedly do go to the event or you do go on the date. And you're thinking, they're going to see through me. I'm not good enough. It's going to fall apart. Well, that's your expectation. That's your thought. Chances are your mind wanting to prove you right again. Something is going to happen. Something is going to be created where you're going to say, see, I told you so. That ended in disaster. Why do I even bother? Mm-hmm. Are you getting a picture here of how powerful we are with our mindset? Are you getting a picture of what seems to keep happening? This wheel works backwards too. So if you find a result that keeps happening for you, I would highly encourage you to have a look at what's the thought behind what keeps happening for me. Because if you can go back and you can change the thought, your results will change. Make sense? Okay, so far we've talked about us and how we feel about us. How about we talk for a minute about how we feel about another person? So if we have had a really bad past relationship, it ended really badly, we weren't treated well, potentially the expectation could be it's going to happen again, with an expectation that I'm probably going to end up meeting the same person. You all know we all have friends that say, why do I always meet the same people? Right? Whether it's a man or a woman, whatever. But why do I always fall for the same type? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Check back on the thought that you're thinking. So if you have a thought that, oh, this person is going to treat me badly again, or so let's go with that belief, right? This person is going to disappoint me, is going to treat me badly. So again, your feeling is a little like, what's the use? Why do I even bother? Potentially it's like, well, I really don't want to be alone. I'm really going to just stick it out. Maybe it'll be different. I'm just going to try it. Right. But you're still in the mindset. It's probably going to be the same thing again. And then the action that you take is you go to the event, you go on the date, and you're expecting in the back of your mind, and you're even looking for the signs that it's going to be the same way, that he or she is going to treat you the same way, that they're going to be the same. Your focus on what? The signs. You might even find them, they may not really be there, but you're looking for them. Okay. The result would be, see, I found the signs. You haven't had a long time to know them, but thank goodness I got out of that quickly because I know that was going to be headed. Your mind goes, see, I told you so. So let's go back to potentially a more empowering belief. And this is where we get to past baggage. Okay, you need to clear away anything that happened in a past relationship that you didn't like and how you were treated. So we go back to that was a past thing that happened. You have to be very clear on this. This was a past thing that happened, and my new thought, my new desire is to find the opposite of that, what I didn't like. Okay. How about, I know for me, you desire someone who cares about you, who is an equal, that will be by your side, that will champion you, that you can hold hands with, that you can talk to, that you can spend time with, and you can have a great emotional connection. So the thought that we have to create is potentially there could be that special person out there for us. And it will be totally different than before because we're different and we're thinking different. Okay, so the expectation of what do you want? And I might even encourage you to write out right here, right now, what do you want? Now, what's the feeling that happens? You're feeling maybe some excitement, some expectation, some happiness, some joy. Certainly a lot better than the feeling of don't want it, not going to happen, right? So you've got excitement, you've got joy happening. The action that you're going to take is you're going to go with an open mind to the event. You're going to go with an open mind on that date. And you're going to be looking for the qualities that you desire. Or you're just going to be more open to being honest, to not perceiving who this person is. Okay, you're going to be more aware of just being neutral. What are the good things? What are the bad things? How are we getting along? The more neutral could cause the result of, hey, we're going to go, if it's you're at an event, we're going to go on a coffee date, or somewhere else. And if you're on a date, hey, maybe you go out and have a second date, or the date lasts a little longer and you go out for ice cream. That would be my vote. Right? So then it gives back to the result, feeds back into the result of, or the belief that, see, I knew that I could change things up. This past relationship is past. I can create something totally new here. So my question to you right now is, how are you feeling about this idea, right? So sincerely, I want to help support you on your journey. So please put in the comments questions about this. Yeah, but what if I'm thinking this? And let's work it through. Let me help you work it through. And as well, I have some other good news for you. I created a masterclass. Learn the 5 steps to really being ready for a relationship. And in there, I talk a bit about baggage that we may be clearing, that we may need to clean out. So we're ready. We're ready to allow a new relationship in our lives. And we're coming across as the person who's willing to allow that new relationship into our lives. So if you like the idea of that masterclass, it's only 30 minutes long. I teach a lot of valuable information in it. Go to my website. It's readyforarelationship.com. You'll see on the top right on the banner, it says click here for the masterclass. Enter your name and email and you'll be given immediate access. And I hope that gives you some help and some support and the feeling that you don't have to be alone anymore. and hopefully we'll create this tribe that can help you. Just put some messages in the chat and let's start that up. So have an absolutely amazing day. I hope you're feeling some easy, fun, loving, even starting to come from me, because it'll come from everywhere. Don't just identify it has to come from a single source, okay? So easy, fun, loving, that's the goal. Have an amazing day. I hope I helped. Bye, everybody.
Here we are at the end of the podcast, and you just got some Suzanne loving. If you got value out of this podcast and you want to spread some love too, subscribe, rate, review, leave a comment. And who was it that you were thinking about who could also be uplifted by it? Share it with them now. Catch you next time.